My name is Felicia Delgado. I work for Project Renew, and I am the Outreach Service Coordinator. I mainly work on the streets with the women that are prostituting in the Barton Street, Central Falls area. I always love this field, and I'm a survivor myself. And I was originally working at another agency doing HIV prevention and safety counts in different groups. The opportunity to apply for this job, which at first I didn't want. I was very comfortable at the other agency where I was at, and people were coming into my other job saying, apply for this job, apply for this. This is what you do anyway. So I came in, and most people come in to interviews and they hand people their resume. And there was like 12 people and almost 200 applicants. I came in and I handed them my BCI, which is my criminal background check. It was pages. And, I got this look like either she's really good or she's really crazy. Then I put maps up on the wall. Well, here's where the main prostitution is. Here's where this is and here's where that is. And at some point they was like, okay, this is the one. Not too many people want to look at or address or tackle or help prostitutes or women that are imprisoned by this lifestyle for whatever reason it may be. For whatever reason it began, no matter what reason, very often people don't want to. It's a taboo issue, especially in the state of Rhode Island. I believe the biggest misconception about prostitution is that the individual enjoys, likes what they're doing. People think that, well, they like what they're doing. They like pulling down their pants and sucking dick or having anal or oral sex. Really? They don't like it. They can't stand it. And that's what brings on the shame, the guilt, which either causes them to use drugs or causes them to do something else, which keeps a perpetual circle going around and around. A main reason that women stop prostituting themselves is because they either gone through some life trauma. A large percent of women, a very, very large percent of women, either have been molested or raped at an early age. Their understanding of what sex and intimacy is out the door. Here's what happens. Sex is supposed to be smooth like this, but often, at a young age, a perpetrator came in, left, went about his business. Every experience from that point on with sex, there was no prostitution, whether it's indoors or outdoors, whether it's through poverty or whether it's through a pimp, whether it's through drug addiction or whether it's to feed a child, pay a rent. Prostitution is prostitution. And some people that have sympathy for the human traffic victims have no sympathy for the victim that is on the street. And that is sad, because abuse is abuse is abuse. And they seem to think that people want to be out there. I don't know about you, but I have never met a woman in all my years of working on the street that grew up and said, when I grow up, my career is going to be prostitution. I don't know one. Can you get her some water? Can you give her some water? I'll be right with you, okay? I have to finish this, okay? Right, honey? is why people are out there. And, you know, the self-righteous or people that have no idea about, look at that woman over there. What's she doing? You may not know that she has 3 kids at home, and her boyfriend or husband is either at war, in jail, yes, at war or in jail, and she can't, she's struggling to survive. And she says, I'll sell my body so my kids can eat. How dare we judge? Once people know you've been a prostitute, they look at you very different. Very different. The lifestyle itself, it almost became like a comfort of a friend. My social disorder, not being able to relate to people, but being able to be like interesting even to these Johns that were always talking bullshit. You're so fine, you're this, you're that, how much? You know, I mean, I knew all of it was a lie, but I didn't know how to socialize with people or my family. There was so much guilt and shame, and, you know, I was such in a confused world. And when I started reaching out to others, and began very selfishly, because the first time I reached out, I felt better about helping another person. Then I started doing it all the time. And now I believe that it is the call on my life. And I always want to take it a little step further. The way I engage with the population is, first I treat them as I would want to be treated. I develop rapport with them. I introduce myself. They introduce themselves. I treat them just like I would treat anybody else. They're people.
Pastor Felicia Delgado is an advocate and outreach specialist for populations at risk for HIV throughout Rhode Island. She is also an advocate against human trafficking and for greater services to commercial sex workers who want to change their lives. Felicia is currently the Outreach Service Coordinator and HIV Group Facilitator for Project Renew, sponsored by the Pawtucket Citizens Development Corporation. She is a founder of Esther's Well, a faith-based home for women who have previously been victims of prostitution and human trafficking. Felicia is a public health advocate and educator that is well-versed in HIV, substance abuse, and mental health issues. She is responsible for developing a rapport with over 200 women, managing cases, and providing service referrals and facilitating HIV prevention classes. She is also known throughout the state of Rhode Island for her ability to help women recover from domestic and foreign abuse, and to encourage these women.
We don't come from where we want them to be. We come from the perspective of stages of change, which is, where are they at? Are they ready to stop? Or are they just, I'm good, I'm out here, I'm good, just give me some condoms. If that's all they want, they get condoms so that they can keep themselves safe, as well as the individuals that they are with and the people they are with. We're pulling out of our own to help these women, especially when we see them now. We got women that are back, women that have gotten married, at least 4, changed their life around. We have women that have gone back to college. We have a gamut of successes, and what we call successes. You know, if a woman goes from 25 or 10 tricks a day down to 2, we consider that a success. We do. So we meet them where they're at. Either maintenance, not ready for action, thinking about it. That's what we do. Right now we're doing very well. In the first couple of years that I was doing this in Pawtucket, I decreased prostitution by 52%. By the 3rd and 4th year, I decreased it by 72%. documented by the health department, the Department of Corrections, and the police department in Central Falls and Pawtucket. Now we're in the maintaining stage, the ones that not necessarily want help. But I still push. Here's some condoms. When you're ready, let me know.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you the 2012 Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated North Atlantic Region Health Award recipient, Felicia Delgado.
Some of the people that inspire me is Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was a prostitute, and a lot of people don't know that. She tells her story about her son got kidnapped, and that's how she got out of the life. There are a couple of people in my life that are mentors in my life. Debbie Smith, and Sarita Goldstein and Judy Fox, you know. These people and others, Maria Di Cavallo, these people have inspired my life because they took me at the masters and doctors and all this. They took me underneath their wing to teach me what I thought in my own self from being a prostitute that I would never achieve. And now they've taken that and they've allowed me to develop a dream that is coming to pass. You know, and they wasn't intimidated or they didn't treat me any different. Or, you know. Who else inspires me? My children. They inspire me. Especially my daughter, Alicia. She stuck it through. She wasn't afraid to hang around and see what mom was like. And now she's very proud of me. And I'm proud of her.